Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So, have we been energized by the Spirit?
Yes.
Okay, good. Having deliberated here at the chapter, are we prepared to miss fruition?
Yes.
I believe that we can proclaim an unconditional yes to both of these questions. We began the 30th congregational chapter on the Feast of Corpus Christi. As our conversations unfolded, I don't think that it was a coincidence. In my opening talk, I quoted Ilia de Leo. I'll go back to that quote now, because I think her words reflect our experience. She said, "The Eucharist is a sacrament of evolution, because every act of Eucharist is an act of making a new future through a new divine presence, a new relatedness, a new freedom to love." The Eucharist is the sacrament of evolution. At this chapter, we reflected on our evolving understanding of God, made visible in our relationships and in our desire to be in communion with all of creation. We experience the presence of God in sacrament and in our building of community as a chapter body. Every act of Eucharist is an act of making a new future. What is the future that we are creating? Didn't our lay mission partners challenge us?
Yes.
Yes. Through our discussions together, and with the inputs from Noreen, Winifred, Christina, we became convinced that we are called to embrace a new future that promotes an integrated approach to mission. During the celebration of our first anniversary of reunification in Cannes, we expressed our historical evolution in the prologue of the Constitutions, which later we unanimously approved. We articulated a desire to deepen our unity and to continue to express the richness that reunification is bringing to us as a congregation. Brother Philip Pinto prepared us to risk. Do you recall his invitation to us? "I am asking," he said, "that you have the courage to listen to a God who is speaking to us from the midst of life today, urging us to lay aside our old way of thinking, to trust the word that is being spoken in the midst of life, to see a new world unfolding, and to open our hearts and minds to this message." Constantly, we referred back to his many challenges. I'll continue with Ilia's words, a new relatedness. We dialogued on topics of great importance as we deepened our understanding of consecrated life today. We had moments of honest conversation which promoted unity, but also showed our diversity and, at times, disturbed us. The encyclical of Pope Francis, Laudate Se, was published during these weeks of chapter. We discovered that we were discussing many of the messages contained in it before we even read it. One quote, which I had mentioned during the chapter, which struck me forcefully and caused me to ponder further is, "In the Eucharist, fullness is already achieved. It is the living center of the universe, the overflowing core of love and of inexhaustible life. Joined to the incarnate Son, present in the Eucharist, The whole cosmos gives thanks to God. Indeed, the Eucharist is itself an act of cosmic love. Yes, cosmic. That's number 166. We are part of the whole cosmos giving thanks to God. How magnificent. How privileged we are. We engaged in a creative discernment process to elect our new congregational leadership team. Wasn't it a great process?
Yes.
What a manifestation of the Holy Spirit. Let us offer a second special thank you to Jill and Patty Faulkner. We thank you for your creative, patient, and loving facilitation. We created a direction statement which points us towards the future. We elected a congregational leadership team who will inspire and challenge us to live what we have written. One thought-provoking and active way would be to see and hear the good news of Jesus through the eyes and ears of those who are oppressed. We have prioritized focus areas for ministry. We made a corporate stance regarding the horrific situation in the Middle East at this moment in our history. Yes, this was a concrete example of where we encourage one another to speak out with the eyes and the ears of the oppressed. Before actually closing the chapter, I have the joy and privilege of inviting our congregational leader-elect, Sister Ellen Kelly, to say a few words.
Dear sisters, friends, thank you for entrusting me and the new leadership members with the ministry of congregational leadership. We are fortunate to have had Bridget and her teams go before us these past 12 years. We can only be filled with the deepest gratitude for the vision and energy they brought to their mandate. How well Bridget drew other capable people in to enable the mission to go forward and to build a firm foundation on so many levels for the congregation. Bridget, thank you. Thank you for making our job a lot easier. Our new direction statement is a precious gift that God developed in our hearts these past weeks. The new team, along with each of you and each mission partner, sister and lay, will unfold the challenges and deep invitation in these powerful words in the months and years to come. I pledge to you my fidelity to strive to live out and encourage servant friendship leadership. I firmly believe that the quality of our relationships with God, with one another, those we serve, especially the poor and marginalized, will determine our future, individually and as a congregation. This is not an easy challenge if others are to say of us, see how they love one another. The Constitutions say that chapter is a time of conversion, a source of life and inspiration. Given our experience together here in Angers, I think that we can say with Mary Euphrasia that there was something divine taking place in our mission. Now, it is all our responsibility to live it out with great urgency, to respond to our suffering world, and to help bring about the reign of God. Sisters, if not now, than when. Thank you.
So during these days, we have been awakened. With a heart filled with gratitude, I now officially close our 30th congregational chapter. Let us go forth awake to give witness, to be in communion, using our internationality, our global solidarity as Eucharistic people to wake up the world. While we sing Spirit of God, let us ritualize by going forward and taking the Spirit from the tree and, singing and dancing as we can bring home the Spirit to our place of mission. Thank you very much.